What happens to the nations when Jesus returns? Will everyone be judged the same way? Or does the Bible reveal something more precise, more detailed, about God's final dealing with humanity? In Matthew 25 verse 31 to 46, Jesus gives us a powerful and often misunderstood picture regarding the judgment of the nations. And if we miss this, we may misunderstand God's entire plan at the end of the age. To understand this passage, we need clarity. In the Lord's prophecy of the kingdom, there are three distinct groups. First, the Jews. Second, the church or the believers. And third, the Gentile nations. Many teachings mix these together, but Jesus does not. Notice the word "but" in Matthew 25 verse 31. This small word signals a major shift. In Matthew 24, the focus was on Israel. Then it turned to the church in chapter 25 verse 1 to 30. Now, in verse 31, it turns again, this time to the nations. If this section is misunderstood, the entire prophecy becomes confused. This is not about believers being saved or lost. This is about how the Gentile nations are judged at the Lord's return. Jesus says, "When the Son of Man comes in his glory, then he will sit on his throne of glory." This is not his hidden coming. This is his open, visible return. He comes with 1. The glory of his divinity and the glory of his humanity. 2. The glory of his resurrection and ascension. And 3. He sits on the throne of David, established in Jerusalem. This moment is not symbolic, it is governmental. Christ is about to exercise his authority as king over the earth. Verse 32 says, "All the nations will be gathered before him." Notice the wording carefully. The believers are described as coming to the Lord. This refers to rapture. But the nations are gathered means they are brought before him for judgment. These are the living Gentiles who remain after the end-time events, including the defeat of the forces aligned with Antichrist. This judgment happens after Christ judges believers at his judgment seat and before the millennial kingdom begins. This is not the final judgment of the dead that comes later at the great white throne. This is a judgment of the living nations. Jesus describes a striking scene. He separates them, as a shepherd separates sheep from goats. Sheep on his right hand, the place of honor, and goats placed on his left, the place of rejection. This shows that Christ is not only shepherd of believers, he is shepherd over all humanity. But here's the critical question. On what basis does he separate them? Not by the law, not by the gospel of grace. Instead, something else is at work. This is where many misunderstand. God judges people in three distinct ways. 1. According to the law, resulting in condemnation. 2. According to the gospel of grace, resulting in salvation. And 3. According to the eternal gospel. In this passage during the Great Tribulation, a message will go out to the nations. Fear God, worship him, do not harm his people. At that time, believers on earth will suffer greatly, persecuted, imprisoned, lacking food and clothing. Jesus calls them my brothers, and the nations will be judged based on this. How did they treat his suffering people? Those who showed mercy are counted as sheep, and those who ignored or mistreated them are goats. This is not about earning salvation. This is about responding rightly to God during a specific time in his plan. To the sheep, the king says, "Come, you who are blessed. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world." These nations enter the millennial kingdom, not as kings, but as citizens. In that kingdom, there are three groups. First, the believers who reigning as kings, the Jews, that serving as priests, and the nations who living as the people of the earth. The sheep inherit the earthly blessing, the restoration of what was intended from creation. To the goats, he says, "Depart from me, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels." This is a sobering reality. Again, it says, "Depart from me, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels." The lake of fire was not prepared for man, but those who align themselves against God share in that judgment. Their failure was not ignorance, it was their response to God's testimony on earth. God's judgment is not random, it is exact, righteous, and according to his plan. The Jews, the church, and the nations, each are dealt with differently. And this passage reveals something profound. God is not only saving individuals, He is establishing a kingdom. This message is based on spiritual materials found at lsm.org. The question is not just what you believe, but how you respond to God in His timing. Because in the end, every group will stand before Him.